have you ever really stopped to think about what makes some crypto coins just fade away while others become these legends, the ones that change lives?
Yeah, it's a fascinating question. Like, what separates a trend from a real foundational shift?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Think about Bitcoin or Ethereum or even BNB. They weren't just coins, they were like massive waves,
Right.
huge shifts.
Totally. Paradigm-altering waves that brought enormous opportunities, especially for those who saw the potential early on.
Well, today we're diving deep into a new name that's getting a lot of attention. AFX. AFX. Some are saying it could be that next wave.
It's definitely one to watch closely.
So our mission here is simple. Cut through the hype, give you a really clear strategic look at AFX,
Hey, let's unpack its vision, look at its strengths, see how it's trying to be different.
and hopefully help you understand its potential place in this, constantly changing financial world.
Right. And I think what's key here is spotting the pattern. Each big wave didn't just add something, it introduced something fundamentally new.
Good point. So to really get AFX, strategically speaking,
We need context first. Quick look at the current crypto market, then revisit the lessons from the giants, BTC, ETH, BNB.
and then we can really unpack how AFX is trying to carve out its own space, potentially a revolutionary one.
Exactly. That's the plan.
Okay, so let's zoom out. The sheer scale of the crypto market right now, it's kind of mind-blowing.
It really is. Sources are putting it around $4.0 trillion currently.
4 trillion. I mean, that's huge. Bigger than some entire country's economies.
Absolutely. But, and this is crucial compared to global stock markets, it's still, relatively speaking, in its early stage.
Right, like a booming new city in a much older world, lots of energy, lots of growth, but still finding its footing in the grand scheme of things.
Precisely. And within this city, you've got the main roads, the foundational layer one blockchains.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, those guys.
Yeah, our analysis calls them the pillars of the system. They're the bedrock. Everything else kind of builds on top of them.
Okay, and within that structure, there's this interesting push and pull, right? Centralized versus decentralized power.
Oh, definitely. You look at the big centralized exchanges, the CEXs, like Binance.
Their trading volume is still massive. What was it, $18.1 billion a day?
Something like that. Yeah, it just shows you the immense concentrated power these traditional style exchanges still hold in the market today.
But that dominance, it raises a question, doesn't it, strategically speaking?
It really does, because while CEXs are efficient, you look at the decentralized exchanges, the DEXs, there's a big growth gap.
Like PancakeSwap V2. Still impressive volume, what, $4 billion a day?
Around that, yeah. Impressive, but nowhere near Binance's level. And that gap isn't just numbers.
What do you mean?
It's a strategic signal. It basically shouts opportunity. There's clearly room for disruption, for innovation in DeFi.
For something maybe smarter, more efficient on the decentralized side.
Exactly. Someone to bridge that gap.
Okay, so massive market,
Yeah.
still growing, built on these layer one pillars, and a clear strategic opening in the DX space. Got it.
Right. Now, before we get fully into AFX, let's quickly learn from the past. Those previous waves. What did they teach us?
Bitcoin first, the OG digital gold, the first wave.
Bitcoin's story is really a masterclass in scarcity, isn't it? Started at, what, pennies? Less than pennies.
Yeah, fractions of a cent. Now, over $100,000 sometimes, multi-trillion-dollar market cap.
What Bitcoin proved, fundamentally, was the power of provable digital scarcity. That was revolutionary.
It wasn't just about being first.
No. It established this idea of digital gold, a store of value you couldn't easily forge or seize. It laid the foundation, even without fancy smart contracts. It showed digital stuff could have real lasting value.
The bedrock, like you said. Then wave two, Ethereum, the brain of DeFi.
Launched back in 2015, maybe 80 cents. Now, a market cap over $500 billion.
What stands out to me is that Ethereum didn't just copy Bitcoin. It reimagined what a blockchain could do, smart contracts.
That was the absolute game changer. Smart contracts weren't just tech. They unlocked programmable money.
Turning a ledger into like a global computer.
Pretty much. It opened the floodgates for DeFi, NFTs, GameFi, all these things where digital assets have rules and connect automatically.
So if Bitcoin was the gold.
Ethereum became the operational brain making all these new financial applications possible, things we couldn't even imagine before.
Total paradigm shift. Okay, then the third wave, which really showed the power of embedding a token in an ecosystem, BNB, Binance Coin.
Or the fuel of Binance, as some call it, launched 2017, zeros, 10 cents maybe.
And it rocketed. Nearly $1,000 at its peak, $129 billion market cap. And that wasn't just hype.
No, that was driven by pure strategic utility. The growth was staggering, over 800,000%.
Wow.
But the key insight from BNB is why. It wasn't just speculation. It was deeply integrated into Binance.
Paying fees, getting discounts.
Exactly. It literally fueled the operations of one of the world's biggest exchanges. That taught us a vital lesson.
Which is
that a coin with real integrated utility inside a successful commercial machine, like an exchange, can create enormous sustained value. Way beyond just being a store value or a basic platform token. It powers the engine.
Okay, so Bitcoin, .scarcity, Ethereum, .programmability, and new applications. BNB, ecosystem fuel, and integrated utility. 3 distinct paths to massive success.
Each carving out an essential niche.
Right. So with those strategic lessons in mind, let's finally turn to AFX. The pitch is the AI financial fuel. It's trying to harness something none of the others really did, AI.
And that's the critical difference they're aiming for strategically. Most exchange coins you see, BGB, HT, OKB, they're mostly about fee discounts, right? Tied to one exchange.
Yeah.
Primarily, AFX, based on the analysis, is positioned differently. It's meant to be this foundational AI financial fuel.
Fueling what, though?
Fueling an entire suite of AI-driven financial services, not just trading, but smart capital management, the whole works. Using AI to fundamentally upgrade how value moves in its ecosystem.
So that's where they see their unique edge, the AI part.
Absolutely. The sources really stress this as a potential first-mover advantage. They state pretty clearly, no other exchange coin has truly integrated AI as its core.
And it's not just one thing. It's several AI modules.
Exactly. It's not just a surface layer. First, there's the AI CEX, an intelligent matching engine.
Okay, what's different about that? Faster matching.
It aims to be more than just fast. It's designed to understand risk plus value, moving beyond simple order books to something more adaptive, something that learns market dynamics and optimizes value.
Interesting. Shifting from rules to intelligence. What else?
Then there's the AI DeFi aggregator. This is designed to smartly spread capital across different decentralized chains.
Diversification, but automated.
And intelligent, aiming for pretty high annual returns. The projections are ambitious, like 66% to 350%. It's AI-driven capital allocation on a potentially large scale.
Okay, AI CEX, AI DeFi aggregator. That's already quite a lot.
But there's more. An AI MEV arbitrage bot.
MEV, minor extractable value. Finding profitable trades.
Essentially, yes. Identifying and grabbing those small price differences across markets, or optimizing transaction order, finding profit opportunities automatically.
And what happens to those profits?
This is key. They're reportedly fed back into the system to automatically perform buyback and burn of AFX tokens, continuously.
Ah, okay. So the AI directly contributes to reducing supply.
Right. And then there's one more really novel concept, an AI agent economy.
AI agent economy. What on earth is that?
Think of autonomous AI programs that can actually own things, generate value themselves, create new income streams, maybe even represented as NFTs.
Like a decentralized workforce of smart bots.
Kind of. It's definitely forward-looking. So you put it all together, AI deeply integrated into the CEX, the DeFi side, the arbitrage, these new agent concepts.
It's not just adding AI features.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's designed with AI as the fundamental orchestrating core. That's the strategic differentiation they're aiming for compared to previous exchange tokens. It's a first-mover play in that specific sense.
Okay, so this deep AI integration sounds impressive, but how does it actually create value for the AFX token itself? What's the strategic blueprint for growth?
Well, the sources point to a few key pillars. First, scarcity and deflation, very powerful forces in crypto.
How are they building that in?
There's a hard cap on staking rewards, only 30 million AFX allocated for that. So limited new supply from staking.
Okay, capping rewards, standard enough.
But the more dynamic part is that continuous buyback and burn mechanism we mentioned.
Funded by.
Funded by all the modules, the AI CEX, the DeFi aggregator, the arbitrage bot, even that AI agent economy. They all contribute revenue back.
And that leads to
a potentially significant annual contraction rate. The projection mentioned is equal to or greater than 36.9% reduction in supply per year.
wow, nearly 37% or more gone each year. That's aggressive deflation.
It's a core part of the value proposition, like a company constantly buying back its own stock, but potentially much more impactful because it's baked into the system's operations.
Okay, scarcity and deflation. What else? They mentioned transparency.
Yes, even though it's an AI CEX, which implies some centralization in operation, they're emphasizing transparency in the AI's decision-making.
How does that work? Isn't AI often a black box?
That's exactly what they seem to be trying to counter. The idea is to make the AI's processes understandable, auditable, not opaque, merging centralized efficiency with clarity.
Trying to build trust, then. Avoid those black box criticisms common in finance.
Precisely. Addressing concerns about hidden motives or unfair advantages head-on through verifiable processes.
Interesting. And that connects to the community aspect too, right? Community autonomy.
Yeah, they're making a strategic choice to eliminate traditional network bonuses,
Yeah.
referral programs, VIP tiers.
I think a lot of projects used to grow quickly. Why get rid of them?
The stated goal is to channel that value back into the utility of AFX and the community itself.
So less about incentivizing recruitment, more about rewarding actual use and participation.
Exactly. Fostering a system driven by its genuine, intrinsic value and utility, not just short-term incentives, aiming for a more organic, resilient community.
Makes sense strategically. Build something people use because it's good, not just because they get a bonus for signing up.
Right. And that utility needs to be broad. We've touched on CEX, DeFi, arbitrage.
But you also mentioned something about a market link to traditional exchanges like HKX and NASDAQ.
Yeah.
That sounds big.
It does. This market link signifies a major strategic ambition. It suggests AFX's AI isn't just for crypto.
It's aiming to operate across both crypto and traditional stock markets.
That seems to be the vision. Using the AI to execute trades, manage assets, bridge those two worlds, CeFi and TradFi.
That would be pretty unprecedented, wouldn't it? A direct operational bridge.
If they pull it off, yes.
Yeah.
It positions AFX not just as crypto infrastructure, but potentially as a foundational piece of a much larger, interconnected global financial system, really cementing that AI financial fuel concept for all capital markets.
Okay, that's a huge vision. So with all these pieces, the deep AI, the deflation, the transparency, the broad utility, this market link,
Short term, the sources are pretty upfront. They expect potential price swings, volatility during what they call a reset phase.
so could be bumpy initially.
Could be. But from a strategic viewpoint, they frame this as an accumulation opportunity.
Why?
Because of that limited supply and the built-in deflation, the idea is to look past the short-term noise at the underlying value drivers being built.
Okay, so patience might be needed. What about the midterm, once the AI systems are fully running?
Midterm is where the projections get really significant. Exponential growth potential, especially once the AI CEX is fully live and that market link to HKX NASDAQ is active.
Because that bridge creates a unique value proposition.
Exactly. It's the convergence, bridging CeFi, DeFi, and potentially TradFi all under this intelligent AI umbrella. Connecting and optimizing these worlds could unlock massive value that just wasn't accessible before.
Which leads to the really ambitious long-term vision.
Yeah, the sources talk about AFX potentially becoming the literal AI fuel of the global capital market.
Setting a new standard for how exchanges and capital markets operate, powered by AI.
That's the ultimate goal they articulate, to be the next fundamental wave. Like Bitcoin established digital gold, like BNB fueled the Binance ecosystem.
AFX aims to be the AI fuel for the future of finance globally.
It's a bold vision. It's not just about being another crypto project. It's proposing a fundamental shift in how global finance itself might operate.
Suggesting AI will redefine capital markets, making them smarter, more efficient, more connected.
And positioning AFX as the essential AI infrastructure enabling that evolution.
So wrapping this all up strategically, AFX isn't just trying to be a better BNB or a faster Ethereum.
No, not directly competing in those established lanes. The strategy seems to be about creating an entirely new category.
AI CEX financial infrastructure.
Exactly. It's attempting to define the next generation of financial infrastructure, instead of just competing with the current giants on their terms.
It's trying to set the terms for the future.
Right. And if successful, it could become the new benchmark, the new standard for global capital markets integrating AI at their core.
That's a powerful thought. From Bitcoin, Ethereum,
Yeah.
BNB. Is it AFX's turn now?
That's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it?
Looking back, every major wave in crypto, digital gold, smart contracts, ecosystem fuel showed us that really understanding these shifts early, that's where significant opportunities often lie.
The landscape keeps changing, and technology, especially AI now, is deeply woven into finance's future.
So the real question for you listening today is, are you prepared to dig in to learn and strategically assess this potential new wave, like AFX.
This deep dive hopefully gave you a clearer picture of its strategic vision, the potential role of AI.
In AFX's ambitious plan to be right at the forefront of that change. We definitely encourage you to keep exploring, keep thinking critically about where all this is heading.
It's certainly an exciting space to watch.